In this video, I'm going to show you how I can make a basket out of fabric scraps. Hi everyone, I hope you have been enjoying your week so far. My name is Sini, I'm a fashion and textile designer and I have a fashion business. And in my business I know how much fabric is wasted all the time in the production process. I'm doing this Scrap to Fab series to showcase you different ways I can utilize my scraps. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to make a basket out of my scraps. This is a sequel to the last week's episode where I showed you how I can make a rag rug out of my scraps. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. First I'm going to show you how to make the fabric twine. It's just basically like a rope. You twist two pieces of fabric together. So I'm using fabric strips that are approximately 1 inch wide. It's not that significant, it can be approximately 1 inch wide. And I'm using quite thin cotton here. So how I find it easier, well, you can either cut it with scissors or fabric cutter, but I just find it easier just to rip it off. So I make a little snip on the fabric and then I just rip it off. And it ends up being a straight piece. So there's a couple of ways how to start this. So you can either do a knot on the end, or one of the ways you can join the pieces together. So when one of your pieces is finishing, then how you can attach another piece together. So you do a little snip. And the snip on the other one here. I'm just showcasing here how to join a piece together, and I'm just using it as the starting knot as well. So now they are securely together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start twisting. So each time I'm going to start twisting on the right side, and then I turn it over. And you have to do it always the same way, same direction. You don't have to tie a knot or anything. When you finish, it doesn't unravel. You just keep on going. If you use a thicker fabric, then obviously your twine is going to be thicker and it's going to be quicker to make whatever you're making. So here I'm using quite a thin cotton, but if I would be using something like denim fabric or like linen or something, I could do this much quicker. Or it would be much thicker, the twine. And this is something you can just do while watching TV. It's not that you don't have to pay too much attention what you're doing, so you can do this quite quickly while you're watching a movie. So one of these is about to finish. So I'm going to show you another technique how to join the pieces together. So you can just wrap it around. So you take your new piece of fabric and you put it inside. So just like maybe 5 to 10 centimeters before the fabric is finishing, you just wrap the other piece of fabric with it. What is important as well is that your fabric pieces don't stop at the same point, because if you have two joints going on at the same time, it actually makes it quite weak. So it's much better that the fabric pieces are not finishing at the same time. I'm going to show you the other way of joining again on this other one. So the same technique I used in the beginning. So I do the snip again and snip on this one. And then I just pull it through that one, like so. And then I just continue. You could sew the pieces together as well as one way to join them, but it's very time consuming, so I just prefer to do one of these techniques, either wrapping it around or just doing the snip. Okay, I'm going to show you next how to start the basket. I'll see you shortly when I'm done a bit of more fabric twine. So we are back now at the machine. So I'll show you how I start the bottom of the basket. So you have to have your stitch length wide on a wide zigzag, so widest as you can get. I'm going to use a thick needle on my sewing machine as well. What you start, you put your piece, the end folded under your foot, and then you start zigzagging. I find it easier to use some sort of a sharp object, like a scissors, to push it through. You could use like a chopstick or a fork as well. You need to have your twine going on the right hand side, so when you start twisting. This beginning is the most difficult part. It actually gets easier when you do a bit more fabric. These scissors as well are handy if the fabric piece is running away, so you can push it under the needle. When the bottom of the basket is big enough, I can start building up the basket wall by lifting the bottom of the basket upwards while I'm sewing the twine together. When the basket is tall enough, I can do some handles on it if I want to. So first I need to mark the handles on the basket where I want them to be. I have done this by putting some clips on the basket to mark the position of the handles. I need to decide what size I want the handle to be. For this basket I'm making it 10 centimeters. I make the basket handle by sewing only the single twine from my marked handle position. My opening for the basket is 10 centimeters, so I will mark 12 centimeters on the twine so it is slightly longer than the opening hole that is 10 centimeters. I then join the twine back on the basket from my marked place. The rest of the twine I'm going to just sew as normal. The handle I'm going to continue as it is, so I'm building up the handle to be thicker with the layers I'm doing. When my basket is as tall as I want it to be, I'm going to finish the end by zigzagging and folding the end of the twine, and I'm going to finish it off by the side. How great is this basket looking now? I love the colors, and it's such a great basket to store all my sewing equipment in. I could even use this as a small bag, or if I would have made it slightly bigger, it would be a nice beach bag. This could also make a great Easter basket. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and you learned something new. Please like it if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel for new content. I would really appreciate it, and I could grow my channel that way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new project. Bye bye.